You're telling me, after the arc is pretty much GG, said and done, Shige, or Shogun, gets assassinated. Like that. I'm in utter shock right now. I am in utter fucking shock. I just finished the episode. And I'm just like, what? That's... okay. Honestly, this is a reaction instead of a review. Because right now, I'm just trying to process my thoughts of what I just witnessed. The episode was fucking awesome. But I'm sad. I'm so sad. But the way he died was so emotional and impactful. It was definitely something that Gintama would do. But it comes as a surprise. Because this is a shonen. And I tend to forget that Gintama tries to be different from shonen. I tend to forget that. And Gintama definitely, or the mangaka of Gintama, definitely pulled a huge-ass middle finger at anyone that thought this is going to end the standard way of a shonen arc. For instance, the Shogun's going to live, no one's going to die, and only the people that really got hurt was the people on the bad side. And that's not the case. Our Shogun, Shige, got assassinated. He died. And what makes it worse is the way the ending song was done. Like, when you have the letter being read off to everybody, and then the little sister is having her brother die in her lap. And she doesn't even know. From the way I can assume, she doesn't even know that her brother is dying in her lap. That makes it so sad. That makes it so fucking sad. Because her brother just died pretty much in her arms. And oh my god, when I was watching the opening song, or not the opening song, ending song, please excuse me. When I was watching the ending song, I thought it was going to have a moment to where she was going to stop, like, just, patting her brother's head and stuff. And she was going to look and, like, try to shake him, and he was going to wake up or something. Or not wake up, but she was going to try to wake him up, and to see if he was there. And that didn't happen, but still, man, oh my god. The way that was done, it was so tasteful. I will hand the mangaka of Gintama one thing. I mean, he does a lot of good things with this series, but that right there is probably one of the best character deaths I've seen in a long time. See, when it comes to characters, one thing that can make or break a character is a death. Seriously. Depending on how a death is executed, depending on how the death is written, depends on how you remember that character, how you feel about that character, or if that character really accomplished anything that you really care about. And the way this death was written was fucking wonderful. The meaning behind it, to the way he went out, and then he died as a regular person, it's a beautiful way to set up the next arc. It was such a beautiful way to conclude this arc, but also set up the next arc. Because now, the Shogun's gone. There is no more Shogun. He, as he said in the episode, he is fine with being the last Shogun. That's so fucking sad, dude. Oh my god. So, what I could assume is going on here, or assume, is that since he said he would be the last Shogun, they're going to pretty much have it to where the entirety of the nation is probably going to revolt against, the new Nobu. They're going to revolt against him, and I'm willing to bet, I am willing to bet, since what we just got here with the Shogun dying, like he did, and then also this new Shogun taking over, I believe Katsura is going to intervene. I could see this now. Katsura has always been the person that wanted to, topple the government and stuff. He's, doing, like, a terrorist group or whatever. And he's always wanted to, like, take down the Shogun, like, his main enemy. And we've seen countless times throughout the journey of, Gintama, where Katsura has kind of met the Shogun, Shige, and they've had a conversation. It was very recently, too, in, the anime series, like, maybe a good 20, 30 episodes ago or whatever, to where we had it, to where Katsura met the Shogun. They had, some time together, and we got to see who was a better leader. And Katsura respected Shige for that. So I wonder how Katsura's going to feel about the death of the Shogun that was actually a kind person. I wonder how he's going to feel about that. And I wonder if Katsura is going to be the real man to take down the next Shogun. For instance, Nobu. I could see something like that happening. Since Katsura was very out of this arc. Like, he wasn't really in this arc and really kind of driving this arc forward. I can see it to where he might be a very vital person in the next arc that probably takes down this new fake Shogun that's a puppet. Oh my god, I cannot wait for this, because this was a brilliant episode. by far one of the best, probably in the top 10 best episodes of Gintama, definitely. Easy best top 10, like in the top 10, because that finale caught me by surprise. I sensed something, like when I saw that friend dude sitting in the crowd, I sensed something bad was happening, but I didn't think, he would die. I really did not believe he would die. I just did not believe that. And there might still be a chance he's not dead. Who the fuck knows? Hey, he could be alive, but, I mean, getting stabbed in the fucking vein like he did, and then, he dies, like, we know he's still hurt, and he just, like, passes out in his sister's lap. We know he's probably dead. And that final smile he did, pretty much beginning where this arc started. Like, you remember this arc started, it kind of opened up with, Shige drinking a cup of tea from his sister that she made, and it was poisoned. And that's kind of what that was in this episode, at the end. It was kind of like, closing the same way it began, like, opened up with the arc, and I just couldn't believe the way it did that. Gintama's good. It's such a good series. It just stuns me with how it did that. I mean, there was so much raw emotion, feel. It was a beautiful way to kind of execute a death, and I have no complaints. Usually when a character dies, I'm upset. I am upset. I won't deny that. But I'm so upset to where I'm angry because there was so much more potential with the character. That's usually what gets me mad with a character death. And I don't really feel that. I feel like Shige, the way he went out, it was perfect. It was a perfect way just to move on. And he gave some good plot progression as well with his death, because now things are going to be serious, because we have a death of a character, a major character death, that's been around for a very fucking long time in the series, or what Gintoki said, he was like, the darkness is always, darker before, like, the sun rises or whatever, and I know I kind of butchered that quote, but the main point still stands. He's like saying, we're going to deal with a lot more shit that's going to be rather dark before we get to that happy conclusion, and that right there also, beautiful line from Gintoki, just letting us know shit's going down now. Like, there's no turning back. And I've been told that the Shogun Assassination arc, like, changes everything. Like, it changes everything about Gintama. Like, there's no more happy arcs. I've been told that Gintama has had no happy arcs in, like, the past year and a half or whatever. And if that's true, holy fucking shit. Because Gintama, no happy arcs? What? So, this is the game changer. This is definitely the game changer after the death of the Shogun. It makes you wonder what's going to happen from here on. And obviously the series is getting closer and closer to its conclusion for, these events to be happening. I mean, we are getting, the past revealed, along with, finding out more about what's going to happen next. We'll just have to see. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Please be safe. Chibi out.